The world is a crazy, crazy place, but I'm so excited to live in it, especially because we're still talking about Pesach, and Pesach is coming. So I'm giving you loads of ideas for Pesach, and here's my next one. Many Ashkenazi Jews will not eat like oven roasted meats at Seder night, so I'm giving you the recipe for my Crock Pot Pot Roast, because roasting in a pot covered and all that seems to be okay. So what I have here is onions and celery, which are frying in my pot. Prior to the onions and celery, I have my pot roast, which I tied up and browned. So then the onions and the celery went into the same pot, so it's like taking up all that meat juiciness. To this I'm adding 3 cloves of garlic, which I chopped up pretty fine. Some thyme. I love thyme. Thyme has this awesome smell. It's really delicious. And 2 tablespoons of tomato paste are going in there. I just did that for the noise. I didn't really need to do that. Okay. And 1 tablespoon of tapioca flour or potato starch, whichever one you have to hand, because we want our gravy to be like nice and thick, so it needs that thickening agent. So potato starch, tapioca starch, flour, whatever you call it, is going to work really well here. And you can see, you want to make sure that the tomato paste kind of covers all the vegetables. To that I'm adding ½ a cup of red wine. Yay, because it adds richness to my gravy, and ½ a cup of chicken soup, also straight in there. And all I'm going to do is mix until I get this like amalgamated type of sauce. We're nearly there. It didn't take very long. That's it. My gravy is done, and then we're going to assemble all of this into the crock pot. All right, I'm gonna season my sauce with salt and pepper, even though I started with the pepper, but would you ever say pepper and salt? I don't know. And a little bit more salt in there to get it like nice and seasoned. And I think this is the big trick to being a better cook. Season, season, season. Like that is it. That's what you wanna be doing. I'm gonna season my beef as well, which I didn't do previously. Just because I didn't really want the salt or the pepper to burn on the high temperature that I put on the beef. All right, ready to assemble our crock pot pot roast. And what I love about this is that Seder is something that you can't always gauge what time it's gonna start. And you may think having a crock pot for Pesach like is a step too far, but crock pots are relatively inexpensive, and this takes a lot of the worry out of Pesach prep. And one less thing to do Seder night for me is like awesome. And it's kind of like a meal in one. So I've got 6 medium to small carrots, which I cut up into batons. I've got 1 kilo of potatoes, which I just washed. I didn't even peel. I'm keeping them whole. And into there is going my beef with all the accumulated juices. 2 bay leaf. And in it goes. I'm turning it on to low for the next 8 to 10 hours. And at the end of that, we're going to have amazing falling apart pot roast. So there's a lot going on. And all I wanted to say is turn off the news. That's it. Occasionally, like once an hour, listen to it and then promptly turn it off. That's my tip for today. Wishing you all amazing wherever you are. Try our pot roast. You don't have to make it on Pesach. You can make it before Pesach. You can make it after Pesach. Anytime you want. Super easy, super tasty, super duper comforting. See you soon.